Hey, it's Stu, and this is my Black History Month TBR Part 2, and where I like to try my best to read diversely each and every month that I read, or think about making sure that I have lots of different ways to think about representation. While reading regularly, I also really want to stress my own affirmation that heritage months, such as Black History Month, are so important, and they have been created for very good reasons. And the reasons why they were created couldn't be even more poignant in our contemporary times, where we see an active assault on the stories, the narratives, and the histories that told by Black and African American people, most especially through the lens of Black history. There has been a big push to erase, rewrite, or censor Black history in the United States where I live, and my being very explicit in my reading in honoring a Black History Month is the little thing that I can do as a reader to make sure that I am cognitively and emotionally staying grounded in what I believe in, which is we have to make space for multiple narratives, and the more diversity of narratives one can build, the more complex they can think without using stereotypes. So that's my little diatribe. Let's get into the books. Adrienne Maree Brown's The Grievers. So this book is set in Detroit, and I haven't been in Detroit yet, and this is futuristic dystopian sci-fi. So it's a little novella, and when I was looking through my shelves trying to decide sort of what genre representation I wanted to be sure to have and setting, this one kind of checked those boxes. So we have kind of an apocalyptic setting in Detroit where there's a mysterious illness. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna go any further than that. This is the dedication is to the city of Detroit, so that's why I picked this book. This is a hopeful, I don't know if I'll get to it, but this is My Monticello by Jocelyn Nicole Johnson, and these are short stories. I'm almost done with The Heads of Colored People, which is another set of short stories which I'm really enjoying, and which was in my Black History Month TBR Part 1. So I kind of met my soft goal of reading one set of short stories per month, but if I could get to this would be great. I believe this is set around Virginia through multiple time periods, and it has a lot of accolades, which I am hoping it richly deserves, and it's also not a very long book, so I hope I can get to it. This is a hopeful. This book was when I was going through my shelves to decide what I wanted to unhaul unread, and more than one time in the last week or so, I came across April Sinclair's I Left My Back Door Open. This I hauled from a little free library some months ago. This book was published in 1999, so I wasn't sure if I could find a digital copy because this contrast doesn't work too well for me. I indeed did. So this, I believe, is contemporary lit. Maybe there's some, it doesn't say much on the blurb in the back, but I think when I checked it out digitally from my library, the setting's Detroit, and we have some entertainment, maybe record industry in this book, so I hope I get to it. If not, then this goes back out into little free libraries, because this is my reader unhaul pick. Next we have The 12 Tribes of Hattie by Anya Mathis. In this book we follow the protagonist, who is Hattie, who flees Georgia in the 1920s, the early 1900s, during the Great Migration to Philadelphia, and then we follow her offspring. And so we're back to Great Migration in 20s era, like in jazz with Toni Morrison, but this is to Philadelphia, which I'm excited. I'm excited for. I think there's going to be a lot of lens of a mother and a mother's matriarchal struggle in this book. Next, we have Washington Black by Essie Edugyan. I was really excited. I found this book at a thrift store again about 6 months ago, and it was on my summer reading and I didn't get to it, and so I feel a lot of enthusiasm to get to it. I actually have this checked out as an audio, so that's how I hope I get to experience it. In this, we're following a young protagonist whose name is George Washington, and his name's George Washington Black. And he is an enslaved person that's been freed, and he ends up going, and I believe becomes kind of like a fugitive on this sort of epic around the world in 80 days kind of adventure. I think this would be a great listen, so I'm looking forward to getting to it. I think next week this will be my commute listen. This setting starts in Barbados and then goes around the world, so I thought another good pairing, and maybe quite a bit more heavy, is River Sing Me Home by Eleanor Shearer, where River Sing Me Home denotes some kind of hope. I just get the feeling that there's going to be a whole lot of tragedy in this book. Of course, human resilience and will also be part of it. The setting is in the 1830s, late 1830s, on a plantation in Barbados. And this book I hauled at the Multnomah Friends of the Library end of March in 2025. So I've had this book for quite a while and have had a lot of, like, when I got it, there was a lot of enthusiasm to read it, and then I thought it would be quite heavy. So I think now is the time. I think the pairing with this could be good, and I think some of these were potential, but I am pretty committed to get to these two books. The last two I've already read into, so I'm quite sure that they'll be finished. This is in the House of Transcendence by Amanda Ross. This is a self-published book, and this is a young adult fantasy. In it, we're following the protagonist, who is Zora, who's a necromancer, which means that she can talk to the dead, and the setting is in Savannah. She's trying to solve the mystery of a murder, and she's getting involved and inaugurated into the House of Transcendence, which is one of the 3 houses of witches of Savannah. The rest I'll tell you are my reaction to it during the wrap-up video. And then finally, another book. This, by the way, was a display book, because I thought it was quite beautiful. And this is both my fantasy and my young adult pick for this month. Then finally, it's Delewood's Destiny by Tommy Obaro, and I'm listening to this one. I did a lot of listening on quite a bit of time walking outside today in the sunshine. I know quite a bit about this book, but I'll just keep it to a brief synopsis, which we are following 3 friends in Nigeria who become friends during university and then go about their adult lives. One of the friends moves to the United States, and the other 2, one lives in Lagos and the other lives in a village in Nigeria, and they all have children, and they're getting together at the first part of this book in a reunion for the wedding of one of the daughters of these 3 friends, whose name is Destiny. So that's it. Those are my picks. I picked quite a few smaller books, and I tried to pick through the genres, and I think I just needed some more female authors. I was recognizing that at the end of my my reading journey, my reading wrap up for last week, and I think I nailed that. I think these are all female authors. So, but the settings and the time periods are all different, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how much of these I can get to, and telling you all about them in the reading wrap up.